See whether they actually adapt. Graves as well. Echo probably to follow.
Yeah, we don't need to assume any adaptation from the Chiefs whatsoever. We're looking at the side of Legacy and saying the ball is in your court. Make it work. Being first pick for the first time in this series as well. A lot of questions on champion priority. Perhaps it is the Poppy that'll get locked in.
Yeah, and it is, which
Never
I think
mind.
to me means first pick Echo.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we talked about Echo kind of being Paul Man's Poppy ban, because I think she's clearly the better of the two champions. Tally, we've seen him pretty much have 2 games where he wasn't able to do what Tally has done for this team all season long.
Gragas, honestly.
That's actually
a
good point as well.
Yeah, I think Gragas is probably #1 priority, and like it's really important that Tally gets Echo because it's one of his best champions. So,
oh, look at him. He's all fired up.
Spooks looks not that happy about it.
He looks perplexed.
we gave him.
It's like,
Echo?
what? Hang on. Was it Poppy that's supposed to be our ban?
Yeah.
That's not how he sounds.
I mean, so
Sam sounds
Echo,
very different to that.
Echo to me as a first pick reveals what Legacy want, and it's not like it's not obvious anyway. They want Tally to win their lane. It's an obvious champion pick.
I don't know. Echo, of course, can be a jungler. We haven't seen Carbon play it just yet. The Swiper hovering the Olaf. There's the Kale as well, cycling through a few options that he has, just wishing, hoping, and praying that it's not going to be a tank.
Silently talking to his coach, wishing that he would not ban
Yeah.
from playing these champions based on prior performances.
Please? It's like, I played Trundle, I can clearly do it. It's like Nautilus is open, swipe up. I'm pretty sure that's what you're getting. Because they're just going to probably pick something different, yep.
The classic second round, exactly the same as what Legacy did last time. The Chiefs are going to take the Braum and Gragas.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense, of course. It does everything. It's very easy to first rotate on red side as well. Doesn't necessarily reveal a strategy by any means, but they already know Legacy strategy. I guess they're just questioning if it's a flex.
And one thing that I want to say is that look at how focused Legacy are. This is a team that hasn't crumbled emotionally. You can see it in their faces. You can see it in Carbon right now. This is a man that still needs to win this game.
And I think more than anything, Legacy just need a bit of momentum. They've had, what, 6 or 7 kills across the 2 games, and this is a team that beats teams by just absolutely, like, pounding them to a pulp, basically, until they keel over and die. Legacy have done it to almost every team in the league this split. Chiefs are maybe the team that's eluded them, although they have taken games off them. I think they just want to get aggressive, but not going to go too crazy this time around with these picks. As Azira's locked in for Choose, and Carbon's going to lock in Callisto, actually, for Cardred.
Ooh. Yeah, Callisto actually a power pick that has gone completely uncontested so far. The reason that it's a power pick is because you empower your support to play anything that's engage heavy, anything that you want, honestly, because like if it's a Thresh, throw him in, gets a knock-up, flays him afterwards. They're pretty much locked there for an extended period of time, and you can do that with any support that you want on the map entirely. So Legacy's second rotation, very strong. I will say that it gives them another engage option out of what is a questionable engage so far.
Yeah, it's true. And look, they have shown their hand just a little bit. Could possibly be both of those solo lanes as well as the AD carriers. They were very quick lock-ins. Chiefs grab even more CC in the Nautilus and the Ashe for Aradia. You can see Frosker in the background losing her mind. Loving that Ashe pick.
I love playing the game of when will Choo-Choos change the cleanse. I think the answer should be now. There's Ashe Nautilus, the lockdown. You can't cleanse a Nautilus ult, but you have to have it for the arrow, which means you run the risk of dying. It's the double threat. Very dangerous one.
The Freljord bottom lane as well. Braum, Ashe, I mean, that's gross.
Surprisingly
Slow down
strong,
while you get stunned. Oh, God.
I think Ashe has been actually pretty underrated as a laner for a while, so we'll see how Legacy put together their bottom lane. For me, though, this looks very similar to the Jhin Varus comp they ran. Yes, Ashe is a different pick, but kind of has a lot of similarities. I think Choose, no matter what happens, is going to have a bit of a tough time in his lane. Regret hovered this last game. I wonder if he just feels like going crazy. Yeah, this is what I thought, at least for Calvin.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. At least having that engage tool, you don't have to commit to it, is the best part about it. So, I mean, so far as the 5-man roster that Legacy have, very hard to kill them. Morgana in particular has been labeled as the counter to Braum in laning phase just because you can Black Shield the stun. Also works well into Nautilus and Ashe arrows. Very strong champion. Exactly. There's a lot of options here for the Morgana, and it's actually a power pick in their drafting.
Yeah, it's a fantastic lane as well. Morgana, Kalista has done a lot of work. Black Shield the Kalista, and then Morgana does whatever the heck she wants, and then Fate's Call happens.
Use your ultimate.
Yeah.
Perfect range. There we go. This is the tactics change I think that Chiefs expected. They don't have Jhin. They didn't want to pick it, so I feel like Varustin would have been the thing they wanted, but, you know, Swift has more than one Azir counter up his sleeve, it feels like. Haven't locked it in just yet, but I'm expecting Swift as Azir to come out here. Sorry, that's Zed. I meant Zed. I said Azir, and now he's got LeBlanc. So I just look stupid. Awesome.
A whole
Thanks,
bunch
Swiffer.
of different change-ups there. But LeBlanc is going to be locked in. That's what he takes into the Emperor of Shurima in the mid lane. Hoping to distort around, and this is an old comfort pick for Swiffer.
Yeah, it's a very old pick, and it's not the Zed or Varus, which are defined as picks into Azir. Of course, LeBlanc does well, and I like that he's gone for the LeBlanc, because last time we saw Zed picked into Azir, it was still with an Echo top lane in the Azir's team, and guess what happened? He had a very bad time trying to fight in a split push scenario against that Echo. So this time around, LeBlanc caters to Siege, caters to actually being in the 4v4 or 5v5 scenarios. I'm going to say adapts better to that.
It's one of those things where you need it some way to pressure Azir in pretty much any lane you're playing against him. I think Gragas does a good job, but Chiefs are opting for the aggressive side this time around. You can outrange him and pressure him that way by forcing him to play at your game rather than his game, which is what he always wants to do. Or you can just take it to him and say, you know what? You don't do very much when you're dead. You have to stand pretty still to use those Sand Soldiers. So kind of opting for the Assassin route this time around.
Yeah, I think Chiefs have a lot of tools to actually take down Legacy in terms of drafting, but not to take that away from Legacy because they've catered themselves very well, not even knowing that there was going to be an Ashe early. They've done well with their draft.
Yeah, what I love about Legacy is the fact that they've changed it up. They've got Carbon on his ever-powerful Elise pick, and they're trying out the pick comp. And look, when you can get picks and you're a Legacy team that are just so cerebral when they play the map and so coordinated, it's fantastic to see. But ladies and gentlemen, we want to hear from you. Use that hashtag LGC win. Get behind Legacy to try and come back in this series. Or if you think that the Chiefs are just going to take it 3-0, the powerhouse will be able to head to IWCR. Use that hashtag CHF win. But we're on to Summoner's Rift. Legacy streaming out of the base. We'll see whether the first time the Chiefs have been on red side, whether that'll be the first time they lose a map here in this series.
Yeah, set point for the Chiefs as we move into game number 3. Everything on the line for Legacy, but also nothing to lose because they've got the team comp they want. The question is, how do they execute on this team composition? Is it reckless abandon?
Yeah, it is. Throw spiders at him.
That's pretty much game, right?
Yep. First
Out-traded.
blood.
W doing well though. Binding not quite there.
Counter game.
Oh, money though. Yes, steal his money. Robbed.
That was...
He's
There
got
was no
blinding.
Thunderlords there.
Oh, we'll find out shortly, Atlas.
Needed another auto, I think.
Phew. I am... Wait, there's bated breath on the next episode.
Keystone something.
Keystone Heaven.
Well, Roget's actually kind of low, so he might go back yet. He is going to opt to go back, maybe spend some of the cash he picked up off Radier's pockets, but I don't think he's still quite enough money. And he's actually forced to stay because the Chiefs are going to start a camper, and I think that's maybe what Legacy are worried about. It looks like we are going to get standard lanes again, though. And for me, I look at this game, I see Carbon on an aggressive jungler, and I just want to see him go absolutely mental.
Yeah, Carbon's got a great mentality, even historically, of if you come into my jungle, I'm going to fight you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the changed mentality is actually, I'm just going to come into your jungle and fight you.
This is cute by Chiefs, though.
That is very... Yeah, they're actually going to catch them out, rotating the lane. Morgana has bind, not black shield.
Not a lot of health. There's the volley. Regret. Another auto attack. That'll get the stun. The exhaust is good, though. Radier moves back into the brush. Cardred, he'll get stunned here as Ejim throws one through. Nice. Dark Binding comes down, and Legacy answer back quite nicely, despite that extra volley.
Yeah, they get an answer, so they trade, and that is the most important thing because Chiefs had the jump. But
Yeah.
the problem is, Ejim has a relic shield. He's going to give health back to Radier, who, even though the potion has been popped, is full health. Cardred's already used his potion and is below half.
Unfortunately, that trade wasn't really even because they used 3 summoners to not die.
That's
and
a good
Chiefs
point.
used 0. You can see they're already zoning them off the creep wave. They'll hit level 2 first. Ejim, no ignite, but he might even just go crazy with a flash play at some point because Cardred is looking real delicious at this point. As you can see, Tally looking a bit more comfortable. 1v1, this is, I think, what he wanted all series long. Give me something that I can bully a lane with and give Swiper
God.
a tank.
And Chu's also looking a lot more comfortable here in this matchup in the mid lane. Not the Varus this time. He's here at level 2. But pretty good.
Yeah, and I think the best thing is, like, whilst Chiefs as a team composition have drafted well into Legacy, Legacy have got winning lanes. And it's not like Azir outright beats LeBlanc by any means, but Chuz wants to win lane on this Azir. He's aggressive enough. This is the problem. Is, like, whilst Swiper's keeping himself in the lane, it's only 5 CS the difference. Starts to blow out of proportion quite easily.
Swiffer once again landing the chain onto Choose, and is actually going to win that trade as Spooks makes his way through. Choose going to drift his way to the side.
So Choose actually used his E at level 3. That's a lot of mana that's now gone. He doesn't have the mana regeneration, and an easy way and a simple way to win laning phase into Azir as anyone is to have your jungler come mid, force him to use the Arise and the E to get out, because that's most of his mana.
And you can see he's already going back. Double Durans now actually for Choose, so it'll help out a bit more on the mana front. Does want the health against the LeBlanc as well. As we are back in that bottom side of the map, already 10 CS ahead of Cardred, who's going to maybe struggle here after the nice little start from the Chiefs. Again, Radio and Egypt always want to be aggressive. They just found a very creative way to do so this time around.
Certainly did. Is Puddle going to be used? Legacy pushing this wave out, but Swiper down to about 200 health. Tally trading very nicely. Carbon is going to get a visit by Spooks. Oh, very close on the smite. As Carbon says, "Uh-uh, get out of my jungle. I ain't giving you mid laner 2 kills at 4 minutes this game."
Yeah, he did want to find him too, Carbon. The Cocoon actually connecting on the minion instead of
Cinderling getting in the way.
Yeah, unfortunate. One thing I did want to mention, though, is how confidently Tally is playing this top lane. And whilst he forces a teleport, he still has a 14 CS advantage. The thing that struck me the most is he didn't use his potion. He's fighting someone with half health, and he did not use his red potion. And that is all about lane efficiency.
And that's honestly what he's going to need to get aggressive is Frostgrun's going to win. Hey, right, Atlas, it's Braum plus Ashe, Mustache lane. Get it? Get it?
Mustache. Yeah, I get it. That's actually a fight. That is an excellent one. That is an excellent one.
I'm calling the reused card.
You just sound jealous because you didn't.
I know. It's what happens every time a pun gets tweeted in, because I can't help it. I just wish that I had have come up with it. That's glorious. Regret.
Good.
He's going to throw out the door. Oh, he's actually going to cop the door to the face. It's Carbon. Cops the barrel. Let's see whether he can head one back as the volatile Spiderling comes through. I've seen this show before. Carbon has 2. He is going to move out of the way as Swiffer's fake is going to move at him.
And lane's much more stable now for Legacy. You can see Tally winning, Choose able to keep even but aggressive, most importantly, and not have Spooks ruin his day and start snowballing Swiffer's lane. Even this lane, Mercado is still criminally far behind, is holding on and playing up where they can. This is where Carbon likes his lanes to be, so he can get into the enemy jungle and get aggressive. The formula's there for Legacy, despite the fact that it's obvious that 2 lanes are looking good and 1 lane is not looking so good. But you can see the Chiefs actually forced to play back as Carbon's starting to pressure down as well. Lots of respect given here by the Chiefs, but for once, this game is not getting off to a very flying start for the Chiefs, and that's promising for Legacy here in game number 3.
Yeah, it absolutely is, and I'm always looking towards this top lane. It's just where Legacy want to be in the mid game to win, and effectively at this point in the game, Tally is comfortable. And Tally being comfortable is the dangerous feature of this. And you would almost assume that pressure from Spooks will have to be on the top side.
Well, Swiper going to clear out this big minion wave that's heading towards him, but he will be feeling the pressure right now. Just a Ruby Crystal in that back pocket in comparison to the Doran's Ring. No Magic Mantle and the Ruby Crystal there as well. Going towards what looks like a Spectre's Cowl item number 1 makes a heck of a lot of sense. And Tally just looking so good. 58 CS to 41 after that wave falls under the Chief's turret.
Yeah, and fun fact about this mid lane matchup as well. Azir is the stand and deliver champion in a 1v1 trade. If you're not standing still and delivering to the LeBlanc, you're losing the trade.
Ooh, good juke of the Cocoon there from Spooks, and he's trying to find a way out.
Pick a direction, Spooks.
Could be a problem.
It certainly could. Spooks is going to be out of body slam now, gets out of the way, flashes the turret shot. Well, doesn't. Takes it, but flashes out of the way of the Spider Lady, and he will be okay. But parallel convergence here towards the top side.
Yeah, Swiper actually in trouble. Tally going to try and move him down, but Swiper actually no mana. Can't really do too much. Tally does not look for the dive, but the pressure's immense here in top lane.
And this is just an expected thing. Legacy winning where they need to win. Spooks just trying to keep tabs on where the hell Carbon is. Gets caught out of position.
Yeah, and this is night and day from game number 1. Despite there being no kills, Legacy just looking like they're in control. This is a team looking very different, especially now that the pressure's on. As Carbon going to try and steal away a red buff.
Might get it here too, actually. He's going to take it out as Spooks going to walk the other way around. Gets in there, but clears the little ones. One's left behind. And Spooks just going to have to take it out. He'll collect its gold, but Carbon, this is what he wants to do, start to get aggressive. And honestly, all of this has started, even though bottom lane is still behind in CS, by the pressure Tally is putting in his lane.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see the mistakes as well from Spooks actually spilling into his own jungle. Carbon being in the Chief's jungle, exactly where he wants to be. It's like his comfortable environment, honestly. And the fact that Spooks tries to level 3 take his red buff doesn't work, so Carbon gets ahead. Tries to take the wolves, forces the flash. Carbon's like, well, I'm straight in there now. Like, I can go in and be comfortably in.
Well, you can see the bottom lane still doing fine on the side of the Chiefs. Radier and Ejim doing a whole bunch of work. 76 to 51 in that CS line. Is Carbon actually going to find Swiper here? See whether Tally can make his way around. The ultimate comes through, but it's a really nice repel. Carbon avoids all the CC. There's the anchor down as Tally does have the parallel convergence. Is going to get the speed up. The Titan's Thrust there gets the stun, but Swiper, he's going so low. First blood goes to Tally, and the Celebratory ult gets him to safety.
And even Tally using his ultimate makes the Spiderlings tank the turret. Like, small details make a big deal here. Legacy 1-0 up in game number 3. No surprises that the first blood goes to their top laner.
And it feels like finally the game is where Legacy want it to be. As aggressive flash from Carbon. Tally even flashes this wall just to go in for it. A beautiful repel sets this all up. And Swiper can't do anything. Tally's like, you are mine. And this is the easiest tower dive in the world.
Yeah, so well done from Legacy once again. The seamless aggression. It's like, I'm looking at this. They're not 2-0 down. There's no way that they're playing like they're 2-0 down. It's reckless abandon, but it's confidence.
They're playing like Legacy 2-0 down, man. This is exactly what they do. Legacy, when it comes to the crunch, they are able to come out on top. And they are doing it right now. 30 CS the lead for Tally. A kill now against his lane opponent. Spirit Visage completed. The tank himself looking so strong on this Echo.
I mean, it's simple, right? You put Legacy in the pressure cooker, they're the only team that makes diamonds.
Damn right.
Like, it's just so, it's only Legacy. I don't know why.
And we're
Well,
finally
they have a guy called Carbon on the roster.
Perfect. And now he's bottom lane. This is why Radier and Egypt have been playing back so much, because they expect him to be there.
You see that
whenever he
buff?
shows up.
Yeah, he's here.
True.
Yeah,
Kind of gave it away.
Yeah. There was a ward as well, but he actually had to hide himself from the minion wave because it's like, oh, hang on, I've got this buff here showing them where I am.
And that was the thing, like, Radia's still up 20 CS, Cardred trying to poke in. They're able to play aggressively because of the rest of their map doing well. But this is sort of how we expected to view the matchup coming from game 1. Topside gets ahead, Tally starts to get a lead versus Radier, who's also ahead in his lane. We'll see, you know, which major carry from either team can get start going towards the mid game. And the one thing Chiefs have to worry about, especially given that Legacy are starting to play a bit more on their comfort zone, is if the game starts to snowball and Tally's not going to get less aggressive from this point onwards, the game will end just as quickly and efficiently as the Chiefs have closed out the first 2.
Yeah, he actually like leans more aggressively the further ahead he is. And the thing is, if you're keeping Swiper down, Swiper can't teleport, because if he does, he'll lose turrets. Whereas if Tally teleports, it's going to be much more impactful because of how far ahead he is. So once again, all eyes may be on this top laner from Legacy, but he's got a support crew in game number 3 to keep him there.
Well, speaking of all eyes, Choose now in trouble as the chains land. The counter gank comes in. Spooks gets the knock-up. Choose in trouble. Spooks grabs it with the slam dunk cast. Carbon now in trouble as well, and Swiffer's going to pick up that one. 2 kills over to the Chiefs in a sweet counter gank.
And it just keeps happening. Every time Swiffer and Spooks are involved with a 2v2, they get a double kill somehow. Ridiculously well done. Choose gets over-aggressive. He actually just overextends himself thinking that Spooks wasn't there. They didn't know he was already there, and look how prepared he is. Might be a good ultimate from Spooks.
Oh,
this
man.
had flash. Did not use it to dodge the explosive cast. Demolished him.
They're going to keep pushing as well. Spooks and Swiffer might even get a turret out of their 2v2
Yeah,
and walk away with everything in that exchange. Does feel like deja vu, certainly, as the Chiefs, time and time again,
You can't chain turrets, Swiffer.
have beaten Legacy.
Just saying. I thought
He's
he knew
just
that.
saying, I've got that much mana. Efficient backs, you know?
Thought he was
It's
Nautilus.
actually inefficient, because then you have to regen more mana.
Wait more time. And he can't even go back. So, just bad news.
This
One
is good
after the
news,
other.
though.
It is. If you're a Legacy fan, this is the good news story. Tally organically taking this top lane out of turret. And see
Getting
Nautilus
close.
is going to make his way back in.
Carbon and Choose keep pushing as well. It's actually a good counter push. Swiffer not able to use, honestly, like silly enough, using a bit of extra mana, like not recalling maybe in time, actually does give that away. Legacy could get 2 turrets for 1 there over the period of the next few minutes. And Legacy are back with the gold lead after Chiefs just equalized it. I was complimenting Choo-Choos for how well he's been playing in the early game, not having that happen to him. There is a misstep in the mid lane where they lose yet another 2v2, but this is great recovery from Legacy on the back end.
Yeah, it definitely is. That was just such a weird trade to me.
Yeah.
Because, like, they win a 2v2, they get the mid lane turret, but Spooks leaves early, which means the Swiffer has to overextend himself and then isn't allowed to recall. So Legacy get a trade out of something that probably should not have been there. And I will say that's a big hiccup from the Chiefs because respective mid lane turrets, the map is open.
Yeah, exactly right. And we'll see who's going to be able to benefit. Of course, you look at an Elise and think that an open map is a scary place where there is now spiders. See whether he can make things happen. As Swiffer, we're going to try and contest this with Spooks, who's already started off the blue buff. Swiffer's going to distort over, picks it up and choose. Can't even challenge.
I forgot to mention how Australian this game is as well, because the spiders always win. I don't know why. The spiders just always do more damage.
They get the
in
OC buff.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it has more to do with the quality of the Elite players, but it is certainly fun to watch.
No way, it has nothing to do with the Elise player.
Oh, that's true. Why would it be that?
It's a spider. Come on.
I got it. Sally's still being aggressive in that top side. Super stealing the blue is actually a nice little thing.
Yeah.
C2 is going to have to chill out just for a bit. And looks like he's going to... Spooks will take the other one. As Tally... Eden Tower hits now.
2 levels
he
up.
trades in with Swiper.
That's ludicrous.
Yeah, it's a scary thing. Swiper's running himself out of mana whilst all these trades are happening. It's a Sheen to a Balmy Cinder. One has wave clear, one doesn't need it, and has damage with that cooldown reduction as well. Tally getting further and further ahead.
Well, we'll see what Swiper can do. Yeah, no,
He's
40.
He's ahead of the clock
45.
at 15 minutes as a top laner. Like, he doesn't have jungle to take. He's just a ridiculous top laner right now.
Look at him, just waiting. Saying, Swiper, come at me. He does have the Spider Lady up there with him, so Swiper intelligently moving away from this as Choose might be in trouble. The chains land, do get the snare as well. Swiffer waiting for cooldowns. Emperor's Divide comes in, bit of damage, and Swiffer says, yep, I'll take your ultimate. See you later.
Yeah, that was a very good Emperor's Divide, but didn't actually get himself far enough away that the chains still landed. And that just means that the mid laner of the Chiefs is feeling comfortable once again.
And this game's going to start to open up now because effectively the differences you're looking at are weighted in exactly the places that we expected them. The lead for Tally versus Swiper is pretty much the same, but this bottom lane lead is Regret. He just goes straight in for it. Tally's TP down.
Whoa.
Huge double stun as the Dark Binding comes in.
Massive Radiant getting exhausted now as well as Swiper's trying to make something happen. Tally gonna get stunned again there as well by the concussive blows, but Radiant's gonna fall down. Massive stuff here. It's a double kill. This Echo's got something to prove as he uses the ultimate. He's gonna be okay. Spook's looking for more, though. Conjure's gonna fall down. It's the bottom lane dead as Tally against the wall. The world is gonna ensue. The shutdown comes in, and the cavalry was there for the Chiefs.
And no cavalry.
Oh my God.
Wow, he's hooked.
Not done. Choo-Choo's going to get hooked up, but Spooks is going to dive in. That'll force the flash out of his ear. And Chiefs, that was a great play by Tally, but the Chiefs just responded quicker.
Yeah, once again, these guys on the rotation from the Chiefs there, above and beyond that of Legacy, Elise is there not to be seen at all. And whilst that was great from Tally, the teleport was spot on. Even the engage from him was there. Just the numbers game. The Chiefs won.
Yeah, this is the Tally we've been looking for, but the Chiefs grab a couple of kills back. Swiffer may fall down there as the distorted Mimic's going to come down. Carbon's going to... What?
He went back to choose.
He did. Here is here. Have a kill.
Interesting sounds, guys. They still get the kill. There was nowhere for him to go. This is the engage in the bottom lane. And look, it was phenomenal, I will say, from Tally to get everything done. Regret wasted his ultimate earlier, which comes back to hurt them as this fight continues because there's no lockdown onto Ejim and Swiper. The flash had to be used, and the ultimate as well from Tally. So he's locked. And look at where the jungle and mid lane is from Legacy. Still making their way in, really far away.
Yeah, Tally then just couldn't escape, and it was a tower there on the bottom side of the map for the Chiefs after that. Ejim now waiting towards the top side, still needing to answer the Tally aggression, but he's nowhere near it. Outer turret, the last remaining here for the Chiefs, going to be under fire as Radiant is going to move his way around that glorious Ash skin.
And this map's going to open up quickly here because Tally gets a lot of work done with the Iceborne Gauntlet onto this turret, but Chiefs have moved Ash into a different lane with the SM Reaver finish. They're going to take out an Outer, so I think 18 minutes in, expect these towers to fall. Outer should be down for everyone here. Is Tally actually just eating the tower damage? Not sure he fancies that too much, but he's actually pretty tanky.
That's going to make it.
Iceborne Gauntlet's making it awkward. Swiper can't trigger it again, and now Tally might even go in for something here.
Yeah, we'll see what he can do. Phase Dive not going to be used onto the Nautilus, who's still at full health, with a shield there waiting, and Legacy are able to repel the pressure towards the top side of the map. Oh, Swiffer not going to find the chain, as Choose still navigating this lane relatively well, despite the 3-1-1 LeBlanc. This could be more of a problem, though.
Yeah, it definitely is. And this is the good thing that Legacy are doing, right? They've put Cardred and Regret top lane. Really hard to engage on a Morgana. The Black Shield's able to defuse the Ash Arrow, most importantly, which means you're looking at some miracle engage from Spooks hitting a Flash Body Slam, and his Flash isn't there. What they've done is they've put Tally bottom lane to get the outer turret, which is giving the rest of Legacy gold, because he's far enough ahead that it doesn't matter. But he's opening up the map. He's giving his team gold to at least stay in their lanes, even though they're losing. And as we come into mid-game, lots of strength.
Chiefs still trying to get something done here in this turret, but Legacy again doing a great job 3v3 wave clearing it out. The Sun turret will die, but Swiffer's busy clearing creeps out now as Choo-Choo's makes his way towards the blue buff. He'll start that for himself. Chiefs do have no vision on it, but in a room to contest if they want to. Choose though too fast to take it, and he'll get it for himself this time, which should help protect that mid-tier too. Chiefs though, I think they're going to just keep trying until it falls down, and you get a pretty elongated C tier on the top side, and at some point, I think the Chiefs have to give up, and it seems like that point's now.
Yeah, it's close. And we're playing a very fine line here from both of these teams between blowing the map wide open and actually counteracting that fact and making some big plays. No teleports, almost available, however, and that's where, I guess, opportunities genuinely arise for these teams.
Well, you can see Tally appeared on the map again, but the Chiefs had already backed away. You saw when he was invisible, they were not doing anything.
Huh. There's an opportunity here. I'm curious as to what Tally's going to build next, because Abyssal Scepter is a personal favorite, but
Rage Blade.
Exactly. There is a Guinzu's Rage Blade, a certain item that a lot of Echoes get, and it increases
also a certain best item in the game, Rusty.
It depends who you ask, of course, Atlas. Now, I know that you would say that.
Well, I'm
Because
here.
you
I have
love the
to
item.
represent. But Carbon
He's snared.
problems certainly is. But Black Shield actually going to save him for now, as Choo-Choo's is going to make his way around. Dark Binding, not going to find anything. Legacy, repel, and save. Yes, Spider Lady is Swiffer getting exhausted. Emperor Divide is there. I'm not sure what he was doing. As Tally just going to face dive his way back over. It's a double kill for Legacy. Tally picking up the last one, and that was odd. That's not what we've come to expect from the Chiefs.
Yeah, that was caught out of position. So 2 big kills given over to Legacy here. And even Tally making his way back to top lane to defend the turret, slowing down the Chiefs' advances. And a careless engage deep into Legacy's jungle side that should just not be there in the first place. Trying to save Swiffer, Spooks. We called them the dynamic duo, but live and die by the same sword.
We've honestly seen that play before, but it's been Legacy that feel like they've done it twice in a row. This time the Chiefs, who feel the pressure, make kind of a risky play around Dragon, looking in contest, but honestly something they could probably give away. And they're getting punished for it. They might even lose this tier to a mid arrow. He's going to land onto Choose, but E-Team's going to follow in onto Carbon, who does get knocked up. Dark Blinding's there though.
He repelled to nothing.
Yeah, can't really go anywhere, but he will flash out. Swiffer's going to try and chase in. Swiper's here as well, as he's going to get the hook.
Yeah, hook is going to land. Carbon's going to be dead, as Swiffer's going to get nailed by that Dark Binding. Legacy looking for that for the disengage, but Swiper still wants more. He's angry on the Nautilus, but Chiefs, they cannot follow it up.
And they don't get Tally, who ults himself to behind enemy lines, behind the Chiefs, and gets himself out. Of course, no teleport, and home guards are on, however, so they need to take this quick.
Looks like they will, although Regrets may be there to defend. Chiefs, though, too much damage, are able to take that tier 2 out and answer back for that turret. Legacy, I like the play. It was quite aggressive, but they weren't able to get any objective despite the team fight win. They do collect the Dragon, though.
Yeah, they certainly do. Waves now pushing in for Legacy as the Emperor of Shurima wants to grab this mid-inner turret. Legacy still pushing back. Happy to go toe-to-toe here against the Chiefs. A swipe up, big health bar, but some Chiefs members heading back to base. Radier looking to try and get his way back in, see whether he can fight once more as Tally underneath this turret will lock this one down. Grab himself an extra shield.
Yeah, it's so much confidence shown as the hook's
Choose.
on.
Choose actually gets hooked up, but he ulties out to safety. Legacy just looking to go top lane and try and take another turret for themselves. Chiefs, though, they are pinging. Going to move towards the area and see if they can defend. Legacy, though, have done a lot of work. Actually not enough, though. Swiffer busy with the Sun Turret might actually get some damage
Arrow's
down.
on.
Yeah, Regret is going to immediately Fate's called as now Ejim stands behind his counterparts dealing with Tally. You can see Swiffer still able to survive for now as Regret taking the auto attacks from Radiant. One more will do it. He flashes out of the way now. Tally looking to try and get on top of the Ash, who will die. And Tally picks up the kill. Just ults out. Swiffer takes so much damage. Tally is all over this team fight now as Swiper is going to fall down. Legacy, welcome to this series.
Ridiculous work from Tally and all of Legacy as a roster. The Ash Arrow was there. The strategy from the Chiefs was to engage. No cleanse, no Azir ultimate. Everything set them up in the right way, but they get out team fought by Legacy once again. You give Tally one of his best champions and he can run away with the game with it.
And that's exactly what Legacy are doing. They break top, getting 2 turrets in the process, and pulled themselves up a very strong lead. Pressure now on that top side. Let's watch this again.
And this is honestly, like, Tally's ultimate is the thing to keep your eye out for. Spook's caught out of position. Swiffer, too deep, trying to get Choo-Choo's. And the cask was great, but that was his last wish for his team, was to, like, get the heck out of there. And watch this. Kills Raider, ults back in and is like, I didn't do this to kill you, Swiffer, but since you're here, like, I'll take you with me. Gets that second kill. Choo's target selection as well was amazing. He kept himself at the backline spaced perfectly and was hitting priority targets.
Yeah, and this is the Legacy that we've been looking for. The Legacy that seem like their brains are connected. Well, that team fight was exactly that. And Tally, his Echo is unstoppable. No wonder it's been banned in all 3 of the first games. And we'll see whether it means that, you know, blue side, the real answer here, because it just seemed like the Chiefs didn't have enough bans when they couldn't first pick something away.
And you'd have to say, right, like, the Chiefs coming into this series, they respect banned the Echo twice.
Yeah.
They said, we're 2-0 up. We're on the other side of the map this time around. We don't need to ban it. We'll get a Nautilus. We'll defuse the lane.
Yeah, sure.
But you know what? I think they played against Sin's Echo, and they're like, oh, we can beat it. This guy's like 12 out of 10 on Echo. Like, you just can't give him the champion.
And I think justifying the first pick as well. You saw that they considered maybe picking some other things, but locking the Echo, Tyler looks happy about it, and he's going to be very happy with how this game's going. Legacy, big lead here moving into this game. Looking to push for a 4th, and it's Tally that's going to put the team on his back. But what a difference it makes when Tally goes off and Choose doesn't fall horrendously behind in the early game. Legacy, they hit a mid-game where they can actually fight, and fight they do.
They certainly do. They are going to be able to take this inner turret here as well, so Legacy taking even more. We'll see where they are going to go next. A minute 20 on the Dragon. This Baron is, of course, still available. Chiefs with some decent vision around the area. We'll see where the Legacy go there next.
Ash Arrow's out mid lane.
Yeah, Regret just wanders casually to the left.
Disregard, even if it hit, he had a black shield.
Oh, there it is.
That's
Nailed
twice that has happened to Legacy's top laner. There was a period where they played in the regular season that it hit him when he was recalling.
And there were pings from both teams there towards the bottom side saying, oh yeah, look at that. We nailed it.
He's down here. I cancelled his home guards, guys. Come here.
Yep.
That was actually, so the Ash Arrow is, it's almost the saving grace of the Chiefs once again, because it's this guaranteed engage tool from very long range. They've got follow-up with the Nautilus as well. They've got follow-up with the Gragas, even LeBlanc and Braum to an extent. Everything that they have, I'm not going to say banks on the Ash Arrow hitting, but is amplified when Raider's Arrow connects.
Legacy, though, still looking around that Baron. They know that's their next target, as they do have pressure in that top from all those super minions. Tally as well. Teleport ready. Already shown that he can comfortably pressure Swiper in a 1v1 here.
Guess what's available again, Pastry Time?
What? Dragon?
Ash's Arrow.
Oh,
As if it was never down. Cooldown reduction, Ash.
Pretty ridiculous. As he now has that BF sword, probably building towards the Infinity Edge. Of course, Cardred well and truly online, as he does have that QSS, but Swiper, yeah, you do not want to be going in the 1v1 without a turret. There, but Spook's going to get caught out of position as Swiffer. Massive distortion, but he gets immediately exhausted. Fate's Call is in. The knock-up on the Gragas, and he'll go down. Cardred grabs it with a rend, and what can Legacy do now? I think it's try and kill Swiffer.
Yeah, going to run after him. Choose flashes in. He needs the last few autos. He does nail it with the Rylai's. And Legacy all over the map now. Chiefs fall on top side, and Echo is still tying up Swiper.
And say thank you, Legacy, because Spooks just gifted you himself on a silver platter, ready to go. Baron has been started up. Legacy, they're beginning that power play with Tally in the bottom lane.
Well, Tally does have the teleport if they need to, but no one's coming from the Chiefs. And this Baron is going to get taken down. So Legacy, night and day from the last couple of games. really showing up in this one.
Yeah, we have well and truly got a game on our hands, if not a series.
Oh, yeah.
Based off the way that Legacy are playing this right now. 8K will be the difference in gold. And at 28 minutes in this game, that is still a substantial amount. Looking very strong here.
And if he wasn't doing enough work already this game, Tally even going to solo out the Dragon. As Legacy do pick up the Baron, go back shop, and look to maybe parade down mid lane and get some pressure down there. Tally, it's taken him a little while longer than he'd like, but not really in any trouble. And the Chiefs, understandably, don't want to walk anywhere near that side of the map because they have no vision right now.
Yeah, a lot of control for Legacy. One inhibitor down. Still 2 remaining, but they've got the Baron buff, so you would imagine lane assignments will still be Tally in the lane that Legacy are not. But that's where the opportunity for Ash Arrows always arise.
Well, we'll see whether Regret is going to have his finger on the pulse as far as that E button is concerned.
Yeah, it's a reaction test now.
Damn right. He's been pretty good at it so far as Tally, like you said, moving towards an empty lane to just keep pushing these minions in. The inhibitor has respawned for the Chiefs. I have a feeling it will be under fire from this For You Shattered Time, who seems to be shattering the Chiefs currently.
Nice.
It wasn't bad, was it?
That was pretty good.
Thanks, man.
Top of him's back as well, so Tally with now a Dead Man's Plate finish. He's going to apply some pressure. That turret looks pretty low.
was a
Spooks
banshee
diving in though.
Yep.
He flashed it. Couldn't quite get it. They're going to lock him up there as the ulti's going to move Carbon back into the team. He repels out though, and now the fight starts.
Massive Fate Score comes in. Soul Shackles is down. As Swiffer takes down Regret. Tally right in amongst it. Who cares about turrets? I'm killing your jungler. The turret does fall down as Tally now just ults his way out. Over half health now as Radier flashes out of the way. Still trying to get the damage through. But the auto attacks from this Azira massive. Tally has a phase dive. Legacy able to take the inhibitor at the same time. That's going to be 2. And Legacy, we'll see whether they can push through.
4 people remaining from Legacy. The Baron buff in hand and 3 fatalities from the Chiefs roster. We could be moving to a 4th game here as they do try and close.
30-minute death time is always a problem as Tally's able to take out that last Nexus turret. It looks like it will fall down. Ejim going to win a Cocoon there as Legacy might even get a few kills for themselves right here. They do want to get the kill, but they'll take the Nexus instead. As we are going to push ourselves to game number 4.
11,000 gold the lead in the end. Legacy looking fired up after that one. And you can see Carbon, the captain, the man able to hold them all together. We saw them in Champion Select. This was a Legacy that were not out of it. Their minds are always fighting until the very end, and I'm so glad they showed up in game number 3.
Backs against the wall.
Whew.
0-2 down. It just makes sense, you know, that in this particular fashion. Yeah, no, Avant's not playing.
Oh.
But naturally,
he doesn't play for a
my
while.
bad. I had to. Sorry, but naturally, Legacy they do find themselves with a commanding position. Swiper's face said it all to me.
Yeah, and I think for me, the fact that it was Tally and not Carbon, not Choose, not the players we expect to really come up big when it matters, it's almost a new guy that just comes up clutch.
Yeah, and this is the guy that we're expecting massive things from throughout this series. So good to see him really smash people on the Echo. But we are going to throw it to the analyst desk for some further breakdown.
Thank you so much, Atlas. And I don't know how much analysis you're going to get from us right now because we're just sitting there marveling at what was a fantastic Echo performance.
Yep, okay. So there's 2 ways to break down this game. And as an analyst looking at Legacy's composition, I'm like, oh, why didn't you pick Kindred? You've got Azir, you have Callista. This is an incredible Kindred comp. It makes so much sense. Your Baron pressure would be incredible. No, we go for the Elise. But as a Legacy fan, you're like, yes, the Legacy Comfort Champions, Carbon picking up his Elise and just Tally getting a hold of the Echo, just dominating.
So I have a much simpler opinion. Why do you give Tally Echo? You've been away 2 games in a row. Just don't give him Echo again, please.
So, like, hindsight is 20/20, and I will say that after you watch that game back, you're like, yeah, we shouldn't have given that guy Echo. But I actually think that this is more about the jungle pick because and not necessarily the jungle pick, but how Carbon played this game. He was like, I don't own the river. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait over a wall, and I'm just going to flash into the river. So you can't spot me anyway, because I know you're not in my damn jungle spooks, because you never go there anyway. So like, I think that Carbon and Tally set the tempo for this game, and they were like, you know what? If we're going to lose a 3-0 against Chiefs, we're at least going to do it like where it is the bloodiest match they ever seen. And like, they just dove them from like minute 5.
And that's why it's important is when they did it. So you have a very small window of opportunities, because the thing is, eventually Nautilus is going going to get so tanky and so powerful that it's just going to become a farm fest lane. So you have like levels 1 through 5, effectively, we have kill pressure on this Nautilus, let's utilize it. So the Chiefs are thinking, if we just make sure that it's a 2v2 and if we just neutralize the lane, get Nautilus to this point where he can't be killed, we're fine. And Legacy are thinking, we have to kill them. We have to play Legacy League of Legends. And that's what's beautiful about this, is we finally got Legacy League of Legends.
And I agree. To echo what Frostgreen said earlier, it's good to see them playing Legacy League of Legends. And
Yeah, I want to echo everything right now, Fizz. Good job.
Wow.
Wow.
Was that planned?
I hope not.
you and Rusty are on fire today.
Yeah, thank you. But, you're the one that said it, mate. I'm just pointing it out to the audience. So, go ahead. Give me your analysis.
I don't even know when it's. Well, I was going to take this. Okay, it's good to watch Legacy play the way they did. Focus on that top side. Make sure that Tally as a champion is very comfortable and get that snowballing, get that ahead with the help of Carbon. Use that to kill Radiant in the bottom lane. They killed the Radiant nicely and just snowball a victory.
The last thing that I kind of want to put on, because I feel like we've been really hard on Legacy for the entire series, which it has been mostly dominated by the Chiefs, but I just want to go back to this idea. I love teams that have a very clear weakness. Again, Legacy play their opponents. They don't necessarily play the map. I've wanted Legacy this entire series to just say, screw it. Let's just pick the winning lane matchups and let's do what we do best. And we had the analogy upstairs that I feel like Legacy are like the Zoolander of the OPL. They have a really good blue steel, their one look and it's ace, just mint, but they're still working on the Magnum. And I hope that we get another blue steel look from them, because I want this to go to Game 5, because they deserve to after that performance.
Well, I just want to see the look of joy on Tally's face one more time as he got his echo. But ladies and gentlemen, we are going to game number 4. It is currently 2-1 Chiefs over Legacy.